pretty girl. Are you going to take a nap? You like curling up in your box, don't you? Well, Mommy's going to go over and grab the Christmas cards out because it's December.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Melinda, plain and simple.
I saw her jump in the box, but the lights are off in here, so I didn't even notice. Pumpkin's up here taking a nap too. I came to get the Christmas cards out of the closet to get them ready to mail. And I realized I have some pictures here that need to go into these boxes. I don't get the boxes down very often. I can't reach up that high without the stepladder. So I just put them here, and then every once in a while I can put them in. So I'm going to grab my stepladder out, and I'm going to deal with that at the same time as I get our Christmas cards ready. If you've got something that you want to do around your house, some decluttering or something, grab your stuff and come on, and let's do it together. And if you haven't done your Christmas card yet and you're going to do some, this might be a good time. I have my Christmas card bin and my photo boxes in here, along with the photos that we've received over the past year. I'm getting ready to start working on my Christmas cards, but I do want to say, while I was working on the pictures, I ended up showing some pictures and things. And so even though I did that part before, before the Christmas cards, I dealt with the cards and put them in the boxes, and I've already put the boxes away. I showed you some pictures and things, and I thought, well, the whole point of this is going to be about the Christmas cards. So I'm going to flip-flop it with editing. But, you know, just in case anything I say in the next part is a little bit confusing, you'll understand why, because I did that part first. But anyway, this is my little system that I have set up here. I have greatly minimized the amount of cards and things that we have. I only keep this amount up where it's easily accessible. I have a few more boxes of Christmas cards in the basement stored with the Christmas things, but I keep enough for the next year in this bin, and if I need to go down and grab some more, I can do that. I also decluttered a lot of what I had. The rest of these cards are miscellaneous. Some are Christmas, but most of them are like birthday or blank cards or something like that. I also keep a pen in here. I keep addresses for whoever we send cards to every year, and I keep some address labels in here as well. So I'm going to pull out my little, this is actually the Christmas box part. This is the part that is important for Christmas, and I keep it all in a pretty little Christmas box. And here's these are the cards from last year, and I'll show you kind of what I do. I apparently did not get it all completed last year, but what I do is I cut the address. I'm not going to turn it around because there's still my address on the other side, but I cut the address out from whoever sent the card, and I hang on to that, and that way I don't have to keep the whole envelope and all that stuff. But I keep the cards from the year before, and that way I remember these are the people that sent us a card last year, and I can send them, I make sure that I send them a card. And then if I receive cards from anyone else, I can go ahead and send them a card as well. Because, you know, less and less people are sending cards, and it's gotten so expensive. We just really don't send as many as we used to either. I cut all of the addresses out of the envelopes. As you can see, there's this one. This one's really pretty gold. I think I'm going to hang on to this one because I might be able to use that one when I'm making my bookmarks. So I'm just going to put that one to the side, but all the rest of these can go ahead and be put into the shredder. Look at how much space that takes up. And once I get all of the addresses cut off, it's just this amount. Now usually I do this at the end of after Christmas, at the end of the year. I don't know why I didn't do it last year, but for some reason I didn't. So I had stored this all year, when usually this is the only amount I store. Isn't that it? Big huge difference. So anyway, that stuff is going to go into the shred bin. This one is going to go with my bookmark supplies, and this I will hang on to. But I also took a couple of moments to go through the cards and just have a little memory of who sent a card last year and which card it was, just to enjoy it. And then I got to this one. This was on the bottom of the stack, but it's so pretty. I think I'm going to put it out like for decoration, just because I just want to enjoy it just a little bit longer. So I'm going to hang on to this one. This one is actually from one of my friends that I've had since I was 7 years old. So thank you, my friend Cheryl. I don't think she even knows I have a channel, but anyway, love you, Cheryl. So I'm going to actually utilize that card and this envelope. And this envelope actually is from another one of my really good friends. I have not known her for as long as I've known Cheryl, but this is from my sweet friend Jen from Live, Laugh, Love with Jen. So if you don't know her channel already, check her out. She is just as sweet well, I haven't met her in person, but I talk to her like every day, and she is just as sweet in person as she is in her videos. So hang out with her for a little bit, check out her channel. The next thing I did was flip through these cards, and anybody who I had a card from last year that I did not have on my list already, I added them to the list. And then I also went through these address labels to make sure that I didn't leave anyone off. So I've taken care of that. And I noticed this one, I don't know who this one was from. There's an envelope. I don't know if this was just sent from a business or what it was. There's no name or anything on it. So I'm thinking that would be a pretty cool thing that somebody could use for a craft. I don't have any interest in using it for anything, but I think I'm going to post this on Buy Nothing and see if anybody wants to use it, because it's pretty thick. It's solid. It's good quality. And if you like those colors, especially, that might be something somebody could actually put to use rather than just shredding it or tossing it. So the rest of these, though, I'm probably going to go ahead and put them in the shred bin. I don't know about the glitter ones, but the others, I can put them in the shred bin. But I got that taken care of. Now this is what I will be hanging on to now. So these I'm finished with, and these I'm finished with, but now I just have my list, and I have my little labels that have the addresses on them, and I will hang on to these. And then after Christmas, the plan is, this is what I usually do. After Christmas, I will cut the labels off of the new envelopes, and I will keep those, but these will get decluttered. So I don't keep these forever and ever. I just keep them for 1 year. If I don't receive a card from somebody in this pile, I might hang on to it if it's, because, there's times when people just, stuff's going on and they don't send a card. But you still want them on your particular mailing list. So I'll double check that before I toss these, but that's usually it's a one in, one out type of a thing. Whenever they send me the new card, I hang on to the address from that. Now it's time for me to see if I have enough Christmas cards. So I'll need to count how many people are on my list, and I want to have a few extra in case we get cards from anyone else. But those will be the people that I'll definitely send cards to. And I don't know that I have that many cards in here, but I want to use these up, and then I can go downstairs and I can grab another box of Christmas cards from the basement, and those will be what will stay stored in here for the next year. And this is one of the things one of the ways that I do it. So typically I will cut the labels off, and then I put them in here, and I change this part every year. See where it says 2024 Christmas cards? So these were the addresses. These are the ones from last year. And, well, I probably did the label. Maybe I have some of them in here. I don't know. I'll have to check in here too and see what else I have. So, but I'll want to put a new label in here for 2025. And I'll put any cards that we get this year. Not these, but any cards that we get this year will go in here. And this is actually the corner of an envelope. And I just cut it off like that. And I use that as just a little pocket, and then I keep it in here because I don't want the labels falling out all the time. But that way I have this handy. And let's see what this is here. This has an address on it, so I won't show you what it is. But this is another way that I've done it. Apparently I didn't keep going with my process last year. This one says from 2023, but it is an envelope from somebody that we got cards from last year. So I have the things in there, I guess. So that's two ways that you can do it. You can either just use the corner of an envelope
and make yourself a little pocket, or maybe you can use a small envelope that you got with a Christmas card. And then you can just keep your little labels, and that way you don't have to write everything out, and it kind of gives you a list of who you want to send to. I don't always have to make a list, but this year I did, because I had realized that I did not keep up with my little system for whatever reason last year. I also have some stickers. These are nice if you have little kids that you send, in the family that you're sending to. It's nice to send a little sticker or even a whole sheet of stickers along with the card, or you can use one of the stickers when you seal the envelope. So that's the reason I have those in here. And as I was decluttering, I found that I had a bunch of stickers, and so and I wasn't using them up. So I decided to just put them in here with my Christmas things and my Christmas card stuff, and that way I will use them up as the years go by. Maybe I'll use them up this year, but I don't think so. I think I have more stickers still than I have cards to send this year. I looked through the labels I had in this envelope and in this little pocket envelope, and I took out the ones that were that I didn't have in here. So now this stack is a little bit taller, but these are actually from 2024 or maybe even 2023, but they're not duplicates. Does that make sense? So these are the addresses that will help me when I am getting my cards ready. And most of them are on this list. I'll have to figure out, there may be some on here on this list that I don't have an address for. So I'll either have to hunt the address down, or I won't be sending them a card. Either, in either way is fine. And then I also had a couple of newsletters. One of my cousins sends a newsletter almost every year, and she often sends pictures with it. So I'm going to put these in my family photo album, or my photo box. So I'm going to put those aside and take care of that a little bit later. And let's see. Oh, and also while I was going through here, I noticed this cellophane stuff is just wanting to come off of these stickers. Sorry if it's making a lot of noise. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter that as well. Make the box a little bit less messy. So I'm going to lay this right in here, and I have my cards here that I can get started with. Let's see, and this is going to go into the declutter pile as well. So I have quite a bit of stuff there already that I am going to be decluttering, and some stuff that came from going through the photos earlier. I've left it laying there as well. So you'll see that when that comes up here shortly. And I just thought this was cute. I cut it off the end of the envelope. I don't need to keep it really, but I just thought it was cute. So any cute little nutcracker there. This pack of cards only has about half of what I'm going to need, so I went looking for more and found that I had a couple more packs. These came from the Dollar Tree, and I'm thinking maybe we got them after Christmas or something, and because we already had plenty of cards, so maybe we got these at an inexpensive price. I don't know. I want to use them up, or as many of them as I can. I think these are really cute, so I'm going to start with this pack. And normally when I am doing my Christmas cards or decorating my tree or something like that, I am either watching a Christmas movie or a Christmas show on TV, or I'm playing some Christmas music. So if you are doing something like that, I suggest that if you want to get in the mood, get some Christmas cheer going on in the background to help you along. But I'm not going to be filling these out on camera. So I'm going to turn on my TV because there's some shows that are coming on tonight that I want to watch. And so I can be doing this while I'm watching that. I have 26 cards and a big mess to clean up. So what I have now is, this is leftover from my labels. I cut off the few that I haven't used. I'm going to go ahead and toss this. And I had a few cards left out of the 3 packs that I had. And what I did was I put a card with the envelope, and then I also put one of the little stickers that came with them. I put one with each of them. So they're all ready and set for whenever I want to fill in, to fill out another card to send, or I can save them till next year. And I didn't use these 2 cards yet that we have. Those are just alike. We didn't use those, but I'm going to put all of these in here in that box. They will fit nicely. And I have my list that I was making. I'm going to hang on to that for right now. I found addresses for everybody on my list, but just in case we have cards that come in, I want to make sure I know who I've already sent one to. So I'm going to hang on to that until the end of this season. And this is the leftover parts from the stickers. I cut off the ones that I needed, so I don't need to keep this part. So I'll just put that over there with my little pile. And I took these things out of the packs of cards. I don't need to keep that. And I don't need to keep the plastic wrap that came on them. This can go in there as well. And I had a few labels, different types of labels. I'm going to go ahead and put those back in with my cards. And let's put, I can grab it here. We'll put the lid back on the cards. And let's see if we can get this in here. Put this in here. I guess it really doesn't matter where it goes, but just as long as it gets in there. So that I can put back up in the closet. I don't need to keep that. That had some addresses in it. I'll put my scissors back up. And these are the things that I was going to keep. Oh, you know what? This card just opened. When I picked it up earlier, it felt like it was just one solid thing. But it's not. I opened it up. And it's actually a card. Oh, well, never mind. I think I'll just shred it then. But that still is cute. And that I could cut that off of the front. But I don't need to. So I'm going to go ahead and shred it since it actually was a card. I was like, why is it like that? And then when I picked it up, I figured it out. It wasn't like what I was thinking at all. I'm going to use these pretty soon. And what I'm going to use it on is inside of this box. So I have a few labels here. I don't even think that's going to be enough for what I need. But pop in another time and maybe you'll see that video as well. So I'm going to clean all of this up. Some of these were Christmas cards last year, but they have pictures of the family. So it may be somebody in my family or close friends. So I hang on to those. And I have photo boxes. And I think it was last year, I went through my photos and I reorganized them all. They were kind of all mixed together. And the thing is, I didn't put labels on them. So I am going to put labels on these today. And I have a video that I'm going to try to get this one out tomorrow. This is Thursday, actually. I'm going to try to get this out on Friday because I already have my video ready for Sunday. And in that video, I found these labels and I just put text on the frame and I said, oh, I have a use for these. Well, this wasn't the use I was thinking of, but now I have another use because I really think I need to put labels on these since I keep them stacked, and that way I'll know which one I want to pull out rather than having to think I got to pull all four out just to put a couple of pictures away. So I went ahead and sorted these so that I know which bin that they all go into. And but I'm going to go ahead and put the labels on. This bin is friends. These are friends. These are pictures that are just Randy and I. I think I will include, if I haven't already, I'm going to include the pictures of our cats in here because that would be just our family unit. And then this box has pictures of my family in it, my immediate family and grandparents, aunts, cousins, anything like that. If they're related to me, they go in here. And then this is the box that has Randy's pictures in it. There aren't many in this one, but he actually has a lot of pictures. He has a lot of pictures of my family and his, but he keeps charge of those. They are wherever he keeps them at, I think down in the basement. I think they're in his little room that he has down there. And he does a lot of things with that. Some of them are pictures that had someone else's pictures. They belonged to someone else, but he made copies of them or put them onto, he digitized them or whatever, you know what I'm saying, right? So he has a lot of pictures of the family, but I'll show you. That's all that's in his. And mine, on the other hand, is full. so that's the reason I'm kind of pointing that out. But anyway, we do have a lot more pictures than this, but I can't deal with all that. So I leave that to him. These are the ones that I kind of, keep control of and maintain. And that's good enough for me. Now, one thing I did do was I went ahead and before I started videotaping this, I wrote down the names of all the people that are on this that are on these cards, and then a few other names that I know that we'll probably send a card to, and I started a list. And that way I can go ahead and get these put away and then move on to my Christmas card bin. Let's see if I can get these labels in there. They might not be perfectly straight or centered, but that's okay. I can change them easily if I can get to them easily. I think there were only three cards that were from my family. So I'll just go ahead and put those in the box. And we had a few that were from friends. We had several. We have quite a few friends who like to do the family pictures every year. And I have a lovely friend that I used to work with, and she sends us a card at October and for Thanksgiving as well as for Christmas. And I always appreciate getting those. And she very often puts a picture of her little boy in there as well. So I'll put those in the friends box. And then I have this billfold, this thing that came out of a billfold. This was from my billfold when I was young. It was when I was still in school, and there are a lot of pictures in here. I have pictures. This is actually me when I was younger. Some of these pictures, but I also have there's pictures of friends and relatives. So I'm gonna go ahead and take all of these pictures out of here and separate them out. So I'll put the pictures that were from friends in the friends bin, and then there are pictures of my brother in here, and my niece when she was a baby. So I'll put those in the family box, and I'll put the pictures of me in the us box. I got all the pictures out of here, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter that. I have had that since I was a teenager. It's held up pretty well, but it's time for that thing to go. I had a few pictures of cousins. I'm not going to show all of them because I don't know that they want to see it, but this is one of my aunts. This is my dad's youngest sister. And these are pictures of people that I had gone to school with. This was my 6th grade teacher while I was in 6th grade. Or was it 7th grade? It was 7th grade. She was the science teacher, I believe, and she had a stroke toward the end of the year, and my mom was in the hospital at the same time. And I went to visit my mom. You had to get permission back then for kids to go visit. But I went to visit my mom, and she was in the hospital at the same time, and I got to go and see her as well. I was so disappointed because she never got better enough to come back to school. I really missed her. You know what I remember about that year? I really liked her. I was never really a science kid, but I really loved rocks. I loved when we first started studying rocks, and there were some beautiful rocks. I don't know why, but I liked that. And then these are some pictures of other people, not schoolmates, but other people that we knew, the family knew. So some of them are just pictures of their kids and stuff. So I have those. And then I had a picture of my niece when she was a little girl. She was born in 1971. In December of 1971, so she's getting ready to have a birthday. But this is when she was 3.5. Yeah, she was 3.5 months old here. So I have that. I was still in high school, or was I in middle school? I was in middle school when she was born. I was 12, I think, when she was born. I also had a few pictures of my brother and a few pictures of me. I didn't put all the ones of my brother out, but I wanted to show you just a few of them. This is my brother. He's 6 here. He's almost 7, and I am 11. This is the same year. I'm 4 months older than him, but I'm 5 years ahead of him in school. But because of the way that our birthdays land, and because I've already had my birthday when we have pictures taken, and he hadn't had his yet, I'm 5 years age-wise older than him. But he's almost 7 in this picture, and I turned 11 not long before this picture. So that's what we look like And let's see, I think it was 60. Yeah, this is in 69, 70 that year. So this would have been still probably 1969. And then this was him the next year. I always thought this was the cutest picture of him. He's lost his little tooth, and he just looks really cute in that shirt and that haircut and all. I just thought that was a cute picture of him. And then this is my picture from my freshman year. I never liked this picture because I forgot it was picture day and my hair was dirty. And so it looks horrible in that picture. And yeah, I never liked it. Not my favorite. And then this picture was the next year. This is my sophomore year. And you can see my hair's a little bit longer, got a little bit of wavy curl in it, not a whole lot. And this is the next year, my sophomore year. And I think both of these are from my sophomore year. This is probably the one that they took at school. And then this is the one I guess we got to get a professional picture in our sophomore year. That's how they used to have you like staring off into like, La La Land. I don't know why they do that. That was before the time when you got to, get like the cool pictures that they do now. But anyway, so this is me at age, let's see, I think I'm 15 here. No, 16. So I'm 14, 15, and here I am 16 in these two. And then this is my brother that same year that I'm 16, and he is 11 in this picture. So he is the same age here that I am in this picture. Oh, interesting that we both have blue and white on, isn't it? So that's us at, like at the same age. And this is us in the same year. There you go. And then this is, I don't have my senior picture in here, so I can't show you that one. But then this is, let's see, let's see. So this would have been the same year as my senior year, I guess. And then this would have been after that. I was already gone, married and everything by the time he got this picture taken. But look at that. He is 13 years old in that picture. 13. I don't have a 13-year-old one of me, but I have a 14-year-old one of me. So I wonder why they have us facing different directions. Do they do boys different than girls? I don't know. Both of those pictures were different. Anyway, that's us. I'm a year older than him in that picture. This is a comparison of us. This is the only one I have in here that I have glasses on in. I think I used to take my glasses off when I got my picture taken. I didn't like my glasses. I really didn't like them. And I think in this one, in my freshman one, I had contacts. But obviously went back to glasses at some point and actually wore them in the picture. But I think in my other ones, I must have always taken them off because that's the only one I think I have with glasses on. But that's us. With me with glasses and him with glasses. And this one I am 2 years older than him. Obviously I'm 4 years older, but I'm 2 years older in this picture than he was in his picture there. So what is it again? Let's see. I'm 15 and he is 13 in that picture, right? I think that's what I said. Yeah. And in this one, I think he's 11. So there we are. Pictures of my brother and I. I started to put the pictures away, and then I thought, I wonder if I have any pictures of my sister. She's 3 years older than me. And I did. I have this one from 3rd grade. So she is 8 years old here. And that's the same age my brother is in this picture. I don't know where my pictures are from school, but because I couldn't find them in there. But that's them at the same age. And then she's 7 years older than him, almost 8 years older than him. And then this, I believe, is her 9th grade picture. I'm not positive, but I think it is. And because she did not finish school. She got her GED later, but she did not finish school. And so I think that was probably her last picture that she had taken. I don't think she did 10th grade. I think she went to 9th grade. If she did, then this would be 10th grade, but I'm pretty sure it's 9th grade. So that's us, all three. at the same grade, 9th grade. And then I believe this was the year before. And so she would have been in the 8th grade in that picture. And again, I don't have those pictures of me, but I also found more pictures of my brother. So this is his freshman year. This is his junior year. Is that right? See, no, this freshman, sophomore. This is his sophomore year here. So that's the same year. This was my sophomore picture. So we're the same grade, not the same age here. And then this is his junior picture. I don't have his senior picture. I may have one, but I don't have it in here if I do. And that's him, and that's my junior year there. So that's a few more pictures of my brother and I, and pictures of my sister as well.
I just finished editing the video and I thought of a solution for my problem where I put the mail there, or the pictures and things that come in and I don't pull these all down and put them away. I can put them in a little tray. And that way, if I need to, I can pull it right back out of there and things won't fall out. So those newsletters with the pictures in them, I didn't get up there and pull the boxes down yet. I can put them right in there. And if any photos come in at Christmas this year, family photo Christmas cards, that's where they'll probably go, at least for a little while.
What are you doing? Huh? What you doing? Huh? You gonna say hi to everybody? Say hi. Say Merry Christmas. Say Merry Christmas. Yeah. And say be sure you clean your mess up if you made one. Till next time, happy decluttering. Bye.